Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Chrisley knows best. Todd, Chrisley's daughter, slammed for bad parenting. Chrisley knows best alum. Lindsay Chrisley isn't panning out as the fan favorite of Todd Chrisley's family right now, and she stands accused of being a bad parent and creating her own drama. Why are those who listen to the Coffee Convos podcast irritated with her? Read on to find out. Lindsay Chrisley thinks fans obsess over her. The January 2024 bonus Coffee Convos podcast contained a segment where Kaylee Lowry talked about possibly marrying again. Plus, Kyle struggles with sleep demands and twins. However, it also focused on the many rumors about Todd's daughter. In the conversation, she questioned why people create rumors about her and her boyfriend. However, critics gave it back to her. Lindsay Chrisley thinks that people obsess over her. Well, if she keeps dishing information that raises speculation, then obviously, people talk about her. In her podcast, she also claimed she never reads the social media posts about herself and her boyfriend Trent. Instead, she claimed that someone sent her a screenshot of what Chrisley Knows Best fans said about it. Chrisley Knows Best critic slams Todd's oldest daughter. After the podcast that discussed a lot of topics, an irate OP took to Reddit with a scathing slap at the former reality TV star. Savannah Chrisley had grown used to the spotlight. But this time, the glare was different. Instead of the glossy magazine covers, red carpet glam, or Instagram praise she usually basked in, she now found herself at the center of a growing firestorm. The phrase bad parenting was being hurled in her direction, like digital daggers across social media, blogs, and podcasts. It all started after an innocuous-looking video surfaced of her trying to get Chloe, the daughter she now cared for since Todd and Julie's imprisonment, to recite a Bible verse for a brand collaboration. In the clip, Savannah's tone was short, her patience thin, and Chloe, visibly tired, looked up with glassy eyes. Say it right, Savannah could be heard insisting, her voice tight. When Chloe mumbled, Savannah sighed and said, "We've done this 10 times already." She then paused the camera to fix Chloe's hair and re-recurred. The video wasn't even supposed to go public. It had leaked, reportedly from a disgruntled assistant. But once it did, the internet pounced. #FreeChloe began trending within hours. One tweet read, "Savannah Chrisley is exploiting that little girl for clout and coins. Disgusting." Another added, "She's repeating the same cycles of performance-based parenting her father did. Poor Chloe." Savannah initially dismissed the backlash with her signature blend of sass and scripture. "Parenting is hard. Judging is easy. I choose grace," she posted on her Instagram story, accompanied by a filtered photo of Chloe hugging her. But things didn't die down. In fact, the backlash only intensified. Parenting experts on TikTok began analyzing the clip frame by frame. This isn't a one-off. You can see the pressure Chloe's under. One therapist said in a viral breakdown, "She's trying to perform for love." Former fans even began digging up old podcast episodes Savannah had recorded where she referred to Chloe as "my full-time job," and once joked that if this kid makes it through without therapy, I deserve a medal. Suddenly, it wasn't just fans criticizing her. It was people she knew. Lindsay Chrisley, her estranged half-sister, made a passive-aggressive comment during a podcast interview of her own. "It's one thing to raise a child. It's another to raise them right. And I think everyone should be open to feedback, especially when kids are involved." The matriarch, who had long stood by Savannah through thick and thin, sounded weary when asked about the controversy outside a Nashville diner. "We all love Chloe," she told a TMZ reporter. "I just hope she's getting to be a little girl, not a little brand." Behind the scenes, Savannah was spiraling. She called her publicist, her lawyer, and even her father in prison, though the 15-minute monitored call did little to soothe her. Todd, naturally, had his opinions. "You're losing the narrative, darling. Todd had told her bluntly, "Control it. You don't let them tell our family story. You write it." "But Dad," she replied, her voice cracking, "what if they're right? What if I'm messing this up?" Todd had paused before replying, "Then you fix it. Publicly, strategically, and for God's sake, emotionally. People forgive when you give them something to root for." So Savannah crafted an apology video, not a half-hearted Notes app screenshot, a full sit-down. In the video, she sat on a plain sofa, minimal makeup, wearing a simple gray sweatshirt. Chloe wasn't with her. "I want to speak directly from my heart," she began, voice soft. "Being a parent, especially unexpectedly, especially in the public eye, is the hardest thing I've ever done. I've made mistakes. I've gotten frustrated. I've wanted to be perfect and made Chloe feel like she had to be too. And that's not okay." She paused, eyes glossy. "I never intended to turn Chloe into a performance. But the truth is, I've been trying to hold this whole family together to carry their legacy. And somewhere in the middle of all that pressure, I forgot to just let her be a kid. I am so sorry." The video went viral. Reactions were mixed. Some applauded the vulnerability. Others called it performative damage control. A few mothers in the public eye, like Bindi Irwin and Jessa Duggar-Seawald, even commented supportively. But the real turning point came a week later. Savannah canceled all sponsored content involving Chloe. She enrolled Chloe in a local summer theater camp, one where phones weren't allowed and no one cared about her last name. She also privately reached out to a child psychologist and hired a parenting coach. And most importantly, she started letting Chloe just be a kid again. No staged prayers. No brand deals. Just backyard sprinkler runs, pancake breakfasts, and nights spent watching Frozen on repeat. One national mom who spotted Savannah and Chloe at a pottery painting class said, "It was the first time I've seen Chloe smile without looking over her shoulder." The press eventually moved on. Scandal cycles are short in Hollywood, but for Savannah, the lesson lingered. She began saying no more often, including to TV producers who wanted to do a Chrisley Knows Best Next Generation spinoff. "I don't want cameras in our home right now," she told People magazine. "I just want peace." When asked if she considered herself a good mom, Savannah didn't flinch. "I'm trying," she said, "and I think that's the best place to start."